Namaskar and welcome to Express News. I'm Mark Lynn. First, the national news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held talks with Venezuela's acting president Delcy Rodriguez in New Delhi on Thursday. The two sides reviewed the entire spectrum of India-Venezuela relations and explored avenues to deepen cooperation in key sectors. The visiting acting president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, also visited Rajghat, the memorial of Mahatma Gandhi, to pay tributes to Mahatma Gandhi. India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, called on the visiting acting president of Venezuela in New Delhi. Dr. Jaishankar, in a social media post, said he deeply values the Venezuelan acting president's long-standing commitment to India-Venezuela relationship and also reaffirmed India's commitment to strengthening ties with the South American nation. In a special briefing of the media, India's External Affairs Ministry said that Venezuela has emerged as the third largest supplier this month, so discussions between Venezuela's acting president and Prime Minister Narendra Modi focused on forging an energy partnership. The British Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper will meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar today. Together with Dr. Jaishankar, the Foreign Secretary of the UK will undertake a formal review of the delivery under the India-UK Vision 2035 to date. Discussions are also expected to be focused on closer collaboration between the two sides to minimize economic shocks from ongoing conflicts. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Gujarat and Daman on the 5th of June. He will visit Hazira in Surat district and review ongoing industrial operations and infrastructure projects. PM Modi will also dedicate to the nation and lay the foundation stone of various development projects worth around 18,000 crore rupees in Surat. Still with national news, Union Home Minister Amit Shah chaired the 73rd plenary session of the North-Eastern Council in Shillong, Meghalaya. The North-Eastern Council, established under the North-Eastern Council Act of 1971, serves as the apex regional planning body of the North-Eastern region. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh released the delegation of financial powers to Defence Services Financial Powers for revenue related to procurement, having an annual value of more than 1.25 lakh crore rupees under the new delegation of financial powers today. During the launch, the Defence Minister said that this is a major initiative that will further empower the field commanders, ultimately boosting operational preparedness. He further added that the new document is aimed at promoting research and development in the defence sector and will minimize the dependence on foreign original equipment manufacturers. The Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal virtually delivered the keynote address at the City India Conference 2026 in Mumbai. He highlighted India's emergence as the world's most trusted investment destination. Addressing global investors and business leaders, the minister said that India is recognized as the world's fastest growing economy and expressed confidence that the country will continue to maintain this position for over 2 decades into the future. Union Ministers Nitin Gadkari and Hardeep Singh Puri addressed the launch of Hero MotoCorp's first flex-fuel motorcycles in New Delhi today. The launch marks a significant step for the automotive sector, environment and economy. Delhi Police has registered an FIR under charges of culpable homicide against the owner of the property in connection with the fire that broke out in Malviya Nagar. Hotel owner Lavkesh Bajaj has been detained hours after the police said that he was absconding. A magisterial inquiry has been ordered. The National Human Rights Commission organized a meeting of its core group on environment and climate on the theme Heat Wave and its mitigation in urban areas in hybrid mode at Manav Adhikar Bhavan, New Delhi. Indian benchmark index ended in the green. On Thursday, the Sensex advanced marginally by 14 points. It settled at 74,360. The Nifty was up 11 points at 23,417. The rupee fell 8 paise and closed at 95.84 against the US dollar. Gold futures maturing on June 5th was priced at 155,411 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for July 5th maturity stood at 263,275 rupees per kg on the MCX. Oil prices fell on Thursday after a ceasefire deal between Israel and Lebanon. Brent futures were down 0.8% at $97 a barrel, while the US WTI fell 0.7% to $95 a barrel. Meta has opposed strongly proposed laws in Australia requiring tech firms to pay for news content. The legislation would force platforms to compensate local publishers for sharing news that drives online traffic. The proposal targets major firms, including Google and TikTok. Space Exploration Technologies Corp., that's also known as SpaceX, has set a fixed price of $135 per share ahead of officially marketing its initial public offering. The U.S. House of Representatives on Wednesday passed a war powers resolution directing President Trump to either end the U.S. military action against Iran or seek authorization from Congress to continue it. The House voted 215 to 208 as 4 Republicans voted with Democrats in favor of the war powers resolution. 7 House members did not vote. Wednesday's House passed a war power resolution now proceeds to the Senate, which passed a similar bill in May. While the resolution is unlikely to become a law, it represents a stark rebuke against Trump's decision to join Israel in attacking Iran in February. The US President Donald Trump said that Iran has agreed not to have a nuclear weapon and that he would probably meet with the Supreme Leader Mujtaba Khamenei. Trump said that progress in talks with Iran could come within days and that Washington expects to secure Tehran's enriched uranium stockpile under a potential deal. Trump also said the United States was attempting to keep the Iran negotiations distinct from other regional tensions, including hostilities involving Israel and Hezbollah. Iran's IRGC denied attacking the Kuwait airport on Wednesday and said the destruction at the airport was caused in error by the US Patriot systems after failing to intercept Iranian missiles. The Indian ambassador to Kuwait, Paramita Tripathi, on Wednesday met the Indians who were injured in the attack on the airport and assured of all assistance to them by the embassy. Israel and Lebanon on Wednesday agreed to the implementation of a ceasefire following negotiations in Washington aimed at ending the conflict. According to a joint statement released with the United States, the two sides also agreed to create pilot zones in which the Lebanese armed forces will take exclusive control of the territory to the exclusion of all non-state actors. Israel's defense minister on Thursday said that a ceasefire agreement with Lebanon grants the military the freedom to strike Beirut if Hezbollah attacks Israeli communities, adding that operations in southern Lebanon would continue. US President Donald Trump has confirmed his attendance at the upcoming G7 summit in France and the NATO summit in Turkey in July. Speaking on Trump's attendance at the NATO summit, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that the president's aim, the main irritation was some members not allowing the United States to use military bases in those countries at a time of crisis. The EU on Wednesday agreed to move Ukraine and Moldova to the next stage in their membership bids as Hungary signaled it was dropping its long-standing veto against Kiev. NASA announced on Wednesday that it will end its mission to study the atmosphere and also evolution of Mars after its probe went silent for 6 months. In Sri Lanka, the death toll from a fire at an elderly care home in Colombo's Horana has risen to 11. Authorities said 72 residents were at the facility when the fire broke out. According to Bangladesh's Director General of Health Services, death toll from the confirmed and suspected measles cases has risen to 601. 7 more children died of suspected measles, raising suspected deaths to 511, while confirmed deaths remain at 90, and 1,210 new suspected cases with 55 confirmed infections reported on Wednesday. The United Nations warns of worsening hunger in Yemen, where millions face acute food insecurity. Conflict, economic instability, and funding shortages drive the crisis in Yemen. Urgent international aid is being sought to prevent further deterioration. Let's take a short break. You're watching the Express News. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. I'm Mark Lynn. Let's resume. Climate change is disrupting honey production in South Korea. Rising temperatures are causing flowers to bloom earlier and for shorter periods, reducing nectar availability for bees. Severe tropical storm Jangmi swept across Japan with strong winds and heavy rain, causing widespread disruptions to transport services, businesses, and power supply. The southwest monsoon advanced on Thursday into the Arabian Sea, Lakshadweep, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and the Bay of Bengal. The southwest monsoon officially entered Kerala on Thursday, 3 days after its expected arrival date. This marks the formal onset of the country's 4-month rainy season. The India Meteorological Department has issued a 2-day yellow alert warning of possible rain, thunderstorms, and gusty winds in the national capital, New Delhi. New Delhi has experienced heavy rain on Thursday afternoon, breaking several days of continuous heat. The IMD predicts thunderstorms and rain across parts of Odisha over the next 4 days. The weather agency issued a heavy rain and hail alert for Uttarakhand with light to moderate rain statewide, as well as snow in high altitude areas on Thursday. Widespread light to moderate rain with thunderstorms, lightning, and gusty winds is likely over Assam and Meghalaya over Saturday and Sunday. Heatwave conditions are very likely in isolated pockets of Bihar from the 6th to the 8th of June, in East Uttar Pradesh from the 7th to the 10th of June. The opening of an art exhibition covering a Paris bridge will be postponed after strong winds tore the printed canvas away from the structure erected over it. Parts of the canvas flapped in the breeze at Paris's Pont Neuf after strong gusts and heavy rain, delaying the art exhibition that wraps the 17th century bridge in fabric. Foxes, sharks, and puffins are on a short list of wildlife to appear at Britain's next banknotes, replacing historic figures. In all, the Bank of England and wildlife experts have selected 18 animals for the public to choose from after a consultation last year determined the choice of theme. The blue-fronted lorikeet, one of Indonesia's rarest birds, was rediscovered on Buru Island, spotted and photographed by a mountaineering team for the first time in 12 years. During an April expedition, the team recorded the bird's calls, confirming its presence and marking a key moment for conservationists. Host cities for the 2026 FIFA World Cup are putting some of their best-known dishes in the spotlight as they prepare to welcome visiting fans across Mexico, Canada and the United States. In Mexico City, tacos are expected to be among the first stops for visitors, while in Philadelphia, cheesesteaks are taking center stage. Vietnam is working to preserve traditional hand embroidery, a centuries-old craft threatened by limited documentation and modern changes. The summer camp season has begun in Turkmenistan as students set off after a farewell at Meccan Palace. Thousands of Buddhist devotees celebrated Vesak Day at Indonesia's Borobudur temple, releasing 2,570 lanterns into the night sky. The ceremony marked the conclusion of Vesak celebrations. The event reflects themes of peace, spiritual freedom and renewal. More than 7,000 devotees visited the Garden Monastery in Mongolia for reviewing holy relics of Lord Buddha's chief disciples that have been sent from India. Centuries-old tradition comes alive at Puri's Ratha Kala in Odisha, where artisans race against time to build the sacred chariots of Lord Jagannath's Rath Yatra. With the July 16 festival approaching, wheels are ready and artisans are assembling chariot bases as devotees from India and abroad prepare for the grand spectacle. The Ghetto Kids, a Ugandan dance troupe of street children, have been invited by music superstar Shakira to perform at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The Colombian star last week announced on Instagram that the Ugandan Kids were her first selection to join her for the halftime show of the World Cup final in the United States this summer. Variety magazine brought its Power of Women Awards to London for the first time, celebrating some of the most recognizable women in media. This year's honorees include Emilia Clarke and Emma Corrin, among others, celebrated for their work and charitable efforts. Singer-actor Jennifer Lopez stars alongside Brett Goldstein in the upcoming romantic comedy Office Romance, which premieres on OTT this Friday. Arsenal and England star Bukayo Saka takes fans inside his football journey in the documentary Bukayo Saka, The Time Is Now. It's streaming on OTT from Friday. The sixth film in the horror parody Scary Movie franchise hits cinemas on Friday, marking the first release in 13 years. The action superhero movie Masters of the Universe, based on the 80s toys that inspired the He-Man animated series, hits theaters on Friday. Following the success of Obsession, filmmaker Karib Barker in fact, has added actor-filmmaker Chris Reinacher to his upcoming film, which is called Anything But Ghosts. The second season of the rural comedy drama Gram Chikitsale is set to return on OTT on June 23. World Yogasana Sports Championship 2026 is set to open at India's western city of Ahmedabad today. With more than 400 athletes from over 60 countries expected to participate, the championship is a milestone towards establishing Yogasana within the Olympic sporting framework. Mera Yuva Bharat, or MY Bharat, the flagship youth engagement platform of the Sports Ministry of India, has been awarded the Guinness World Record title for the most users to take an online quiz in 1 week. The Indian batting superstar Virat Kohli today was ruled out of the upcoming one-day international series against Afghanistan due to a hamstring injury. The three-match series begins on June 13 in Dharamshala. The second match will be played in Lucknow on June 17 and the third in Chennai on June 20. Batter Emilio Gay has played for Italy and once rejected the chance to represent the West Indies. Today he made his test debut for England against New Zealand. A two-member International Cricket Council delegation visited Bangladesh to review developments ahead of the Bangladesh Cricket Board elections on June 7. The Bangladesh Cricket Board is currently run by an interim committee headed by former opener Tamim Iqbal after the previous regime was dissolved. India's Jasmine Lamboria climbed to world number 1 spot in the women's 57 kg category as India retained its strong presence in the latest world boxing rankings. Two-time Olympic medalist PV Sindhu suffered a second successive defeat to world number 1 Ansi Young to bow out of the Indonesia Open in Jakarta today. Italy's Flavio Cobolli blew away Canadian fourth seed Felix Auger Aliassime 4-6, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4 to make the semi-finals of the French Open for the first time. Matteo Arnaldi booked an all-Italian French Open semi-final against Flavio Cobolli as Matteo Bretini was forced to retire with a hip injury. Five-time champions India will be taking on defending champions Bangladesh in the SAF Women's Championship final on Sunday in Goa. Congo's soccer team has sought alternatives to the venue. This is after the Spanish city had cancelled the World Cup warm-up game against Chile because of Ebola. And defending champions Argentina began their preparations for the World Cup at their training base in Kansas City, with Lionel Messi training separately. Well, that's all we have in the Express News. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.